These are not predictions. These are not. This is not a future prediction. This speaks to your truth. This is you. Welcome back, or Danielle, Kylie. Good night or good evening, whenever you're watching this. I appreciate every like, every view, everyone that watches and listens to this video. May you all stay blessed. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm reading for the 13th zodiac. I guess I am speaking to a version of the person that is the 13th zodiac. And I don't know what it is, but there's this anxiousness feeling. I'm not sure if that's like a thing, but there's this anxious, like, feeling of, I don't know, maybe if you're good enough, or feeling like an imposter. Feeling like, and usually I'm looking at the 8 of Swords right now, and it was at the top of the deck, and usually I leave that for the ending of the message, but it's just, I feel like it's sticking out to me that there's like a decision to be made, maybe having to deal with your maybe living situations, job situation. There's like a decision that just makes you have anxiety, just like you're in an unsure place at this moment in time, and it's giving you anxiety. I could just feel the anxiety in my stomach, or maybe you ate something that's making you not feel that great, but I just have this feeling of a decision that just makes you grief a little bit from inside. So yeah, that's like the overall kind of energy for right now, is like this anxiousness, or just feeling like maybe you're not good enough. Yeah, so there's like this new exploration energy that you've been in, despite the feeling of having to make this decision of, despite the 8 of Swords being like the overall energy, you've been in this Page of Staff energy of getting back into something that you've always felt called to, and maybe that's what's having you feel you always feel called to it. You know that you are good at it, but yet it still feels like you still have this feeling of not feeling unsure. And I feel like that leads you to like this hangman position in the past, like you were probably, or it could be in the future, where you may need to, like, you're gonna have like this awakening of like to who, and it's, you may need to, like, maybe you took a couple days off, or maybe you need to take a couple days off of work or something to kind of, I don't know, just probably do nothing and really go within to like find, because there's some addictions that I feel like that's been holding you back from like the best version of you, and it's in like the immediate position. So this is something that's probably been you've been struggling with for a while. I mean, it's probably up and down, on and off, and things like that. But there is to this version of you that leads you to a page of coins, which it's gonna be like very abundant. It leads you to like have this. Yeah, it leads you to like new opportunities, enthusiasm about these new opportunities, and it brings in abundance. Your cup overfloweth, and this is the second time this week that the Ace of Cups has come out in a message, and I love it because it really does solidify certain things in life, that sometimes some things take time, and sometimes some things like just awaken within you, and you giving yourself time for that to awaken within you, the things you need. Maybe it's your confidence, maybe it's you taking accountability and really taking accountability. And most of like two of the cards have like this snake. This snake is really standing out to me in a way. It kind of just brings me, like the title to the video is like taking the good with the bad. And it really is taking the good with the bad, because sometimes like something that you probably don't want to happen, that's probably meant to happen because something's good gonna happen. And that's what like the snake standing out in these cards, I feel like that's what that means to me. And it just brings me to the creation story with Adam and Eve and the snake in the garden. There's something about like an awakening, like you just knowing that this is right for you, even though it may be taboo, even though the world and maybe the way you grew up spiritually, it doesn't like make sense, but it just fits for you. It keeps calling to you, and you put it away, you say no, but then you come back to it, and it comes back to you. You read your old readings, you listen to old readings that you've done, or you've come across from other tarot readers or other creators that post messages or guidance, and they say the same thing, or it ends up being like the same message over and over and over. Hello, I think the universe is trying to tell you something. Are you willing to listen? Are you willing to accept that this is your calling? Even though it could be as so taboo because of your upbringing, or just societal norms. It's just who you were born to be, an outlier, someone who doesn't follow those societal norms, isn't bound to how they were brought up in their childhood, isn't bound to a culture, isn't bound to a race. You're your own sovereign being, and there's a good and bad to everything. It all depends on how you use it and how you choose to use it. It's just like with money. Money can be used for good or bad or evil or anything like that. You know, you gotta take the good with the bad, because at the end of the day, everything always works out in your favor. There's no need to really worry. And we're always in the gym. We're always in the gym with our mind. Okay, there's gonna be some days that are better than others, but trust me, you'll have the money you need, you'll plant the seeds that you need to plant, and your cup shall overflow with. And it really shall, because at the bottom of the deck, you have the 5 of coins, and that's a turnaround. That's a turnaround in your finances. You know, a turnaround in circumstances that have been worrying you, have been stressing you. And again, this is I don't know, the voice in your head. You know, there's really, I don't know how to, because I don't want to sound like a broken record. And I know you've heard this 1,000 million, probably gazillion times. But it's just the truth. You really don't have anything to worry about. You create your own reality. It is. It's so frustrating. And it's and that's a thing that has that's a thing, it's a concept that I've always come back to it, thought about it. If we create our own reality, then it's really a nihilistic, the outcome, the thought process that goes through my head, because it brings me back to not being a victim. If we create our own reality, and yeah, there's bad things that happen, but oh my gosh, it's so long. If I get into it, it's just gonna be so, I don't know, because I've been thinking about karma, and if we're not playing the victim, down to changing the mindset of, you didn't choose to be here, your parents had you, so blah blah blah. And that's really not true. You chose to be here. You actually chose your parents, and certain things that happen in your life, you actually chose that too. That right there puts the power back in your hands. That right there takes you out of the victim mentality of that you didn't even ask to be here. You asked to be here. You actually was so excited to come here. Even though this is my last time, this is my last time here. Okay. This is my last time. But I really do feel like I chose to be here. And I really feel like that's how you felt too. That you chose to be here. if you know that you're the 13th zodiac, you know you chose to be here. You know you chose to be here. You know you chose your parents. You know, and that's what makes it so hard for my 13th zodiac. That's what makes it so hard, because you know you chose these things for yourself. It's like in the Matrix. You're trying to remember why you chose to come back, to be here, because you know you did. You know you chose to be here. You know you chose your parents, and you're like, okay, certain things that happen in your life that you're just like, I chose to hurt myself like that. Like, what? There wasn't an easier way, and unfortunately, no, there's not. There were so many lessons in pain that I don't know. I don't. I feel like you know that there's so many lessons that come from pain and alchemizing it and going through your own lessons, that it just leaves you a little bit numb at the end of the day, because it's kind of like, what's the point? Because you already know, you already know certain things. So it's just like, oh, you're dealing with this illusion. You're dealing with trying to understand the reality that you're creating around you, and making sure you're not lying to yourself, hoping that you're not in some psychosis, which you're not. It's just you're fighting with the fact that you're fighting with the fact that the decision that you have to make it's hard, and you know that this decision has been a long time coming. You fought it too for a long time. You've known it for a long time, and it's just time. And it's hard. It's hard to walk away from somebody or something that you truly loved and still do love and still do want to understand. But it's still this block. So yeah, there's this really hard decision, and emotional, I should say. It's emotional because you go away and you come back and you say it's gonna get better. It's getting better. Look, we're getting along. It's it could be okay. Which it is. Or maybe, you know what, sometimes you just can't live with that person. Maybe you living apart, or I don't know why that's coming up, but maybe living apart is something that's best, and that's okay. But then again, no. I do know, but there's that I don't know. I don't know. It's this love-hate. This is love-hate. But you do have some fast word moving. Five of coins. That's just a little extra message. And some travel coming in fast, and and
do what? Open it.
And my son just came and gave me these whole bunch of eggs, and I thought, don't put all your eggs in one basket. But then again, I thought maybe not, because maybe that's why there's so much confusion. You got an egg over here, you got an egg over there, you got to go search, you got to go hunt for the egg now. I got all my eggs in one basket, and if it doesn't work, well, I'm going to take up my eggs out of that basket, I'm going to go get me another basket. I know There's a lot of people out there that say don't put your eggs in one basket, but for me, that's confusion. For me, that's I gotta look too many places. Now I gotta go search for my eggs where I put them, and maybe somebody ran off with my egg, and if I got them all in one basket, then hey, at least I know where they are. And if I don't like it, you can always take your eggs out and go put them in another basket, or take your basket up and go somewhere else. That's and that's the message. I'm not even sure. It's all over the place, but there is like grand changes in the universe. Like even this morning, I'm thinking back to like this rainbow I saw in the sky, and I'm like, is that a rainbow in front of me? Just driving out of the parking lot, I'm just like, that's a rainbow, and it looked so unreal, but real at the same time. So, welcome to the new you, to the new version of you, to the version of you that is okay with being the villain. Also, I don't know why that messed me up, but you're okay with it. You're like, oh yeah, and what else? Oh yeah, they told you, they said that, they said this about me, they said I'm this and that. Oh yeah, well what else? I don't know, that's what's coming through. But anyways, thank you for listening. I hope you got something out of that, and have a good week.